In the blocky realm of Minecraft, where lush biomes met stark deserts, a legend whispered through the forests, over mountains and into valleys. A legend of a fabled diamond, known as the Shadow Diamond. This gem was said to possess a night black hue that sparkled with an inner light, rumored to grant unimaginable power to those who wielded it. However, it came with a cautionary tale, warning of the terrors that awaited any who disturbed its resting place, deep within the network of caves known as the Cave of Whispers. The story begins with a prospector named Flint. Flint was a wiry figure, his clothes frayed but colorful, each hue reflecting countless adventures. With a head full of tousled brown hair, he was known to wander the vast overworld in search of treasures hidden beneath the earth. However, it was the Shadow Diamond that pulled at Flint's heart like a magnet. He had spent years crafting and mining, but the shadowy stone had eluded him, taunting him with its shimmering promises of power. One fateful day, while perusing an old map he had traded from a wandering trader, Flint found a crooked path leading toward a place marked only by a crude drawing of an ominous cave. His pulse quickened. This was it. The Cave of Whispers was located at the steep edge of the dark forest. Its presence felt as an energy crackled in the air. Flint determined to unveil the secrets held there, struck camp nearby, and prepared himself for the descent into darkness. As night descended, the moon cast a silvery glow over the treetops, but Flint felt no comfort. Instead, he felt the chill of apprehension creep up his spine. With a flick of his wrist, he brewed a potion of night vision and took out his trusty pickaxe, its edge worn but sharp. He stepped toward the ominous entrance, a void that seemed to swallow the light. Flint's heart raced, but his determination propelled him forward. Inside, the cave twisted and turned, an intricate maze of stone that felt ancient and alive. Blue lichen lit the cavern walls, casting an otherworldly glow, but shadows danced menacingly, teasing his every step. Flint peered down an adjacent tunnel, one that seemed darker than the rest. It beckoned him with silence, a whisper of potential danger as the echoes of dripping water sounded like a chorus of warning. Yet, with the promise of the Shadow Diamond just ahead, he plunged deeper into the labyrinth. Hours seemed like minutes as Flint maneuvered around sharp bends and flooded chambers, mining precious ores along the way. He collected glowstone dust and redstone, their bright colors contrasting the dull grays of the cavern. He chucked away countless ores he deemed lesser, fueled by his singular obsession, his mind consumed by thoughts of the diamond. The deeper he went, the thicker the darkness became, wrapping around him like a shroud. Suddenly, as he turned another corner, a terrifying sight met his eyes. A cavern filled with a strange flickering mist. In the center, there sat a small altar carved from obsidian. Upon its surface, something glinted, a sight that made Flint's heart leap into his throat. There, nestled within the shadows, was the Shadow Diamond, pulsating mysteriously, each pulse seeming to resonate with his own heartbeat. But as Flint took a cautious step closer, he failed to notice the lurking figure behind him. An Enderman tall and slender, its eyes glowing like baleful stars, watched with curiosity and mischief. It had been drawn to Flint's frantic mining and the promise of the gem, now intrigued by this prospector on the brink of destiny. Unaware of the impending danger, Flint reached out for the diamond, his fingers brushing against the cool obsidian. In that moment, reality twisted. The diamond erupted in a radiant flash, and Flint felt a rush of cold seeping through him, invading his soul. He staggered back, clutching his chest, feeling a wave of dread sweep through the cavern as he turned to flee. But as he turned, the menacing gaze of the Enderman chilled him to the bone. The Enderman lunged, grabbing Flint and pulling him back into the darkness, its long limbs wrapping around him like vices. Flint struggled, his mind racing, filled with panic as he felt the pressure of shadows pressure him from every direction. The Enderman carried him deeper, closer to the heart of the cave, where the mist thickened, swirling with an otherworldly energy. The cave seemed alive around them, rocks groaning as the Enderman moved effortlessly through it. Flint desperately glanced around, seeing ancient runes carved into the stone, warnings left behind by other desperate souls who had once sought the diamond's allure. Cold drops of sweat dripped from his brow as he calculated his chances. He knew he could not let fear consume him. He had to think. In a sudden rush of adrenaline, Flint remembered his surroundings. He had something the Enderman wanted, the diamond. With remarkable courage, he wrenched himself free from the Enderman's grasp, rolling to the side and hastily obtaining the diamond from his pickaxe pouch. He held it aloft into the air, its dark light now gleaming, casting eerie shadows around him. The Enderman paused, its gaze fixed on the diamond, and for a fleeting moment, the tension shifted. Flint seized the opportunity and darted towards the exit. However, the cave itself seemed to conspire against him, twisting and reshaping. It was as if the stone was out to test the strength of his resolve. Navigating through the maze, okay. He could feel the skittering of spiders and the soft whispers of creeping zombies echoing in the distance. Flint raced against the clock, with the shimmering diamond illuminating the path behind him like a lighthouse in a storm, but every shadow coaxed forth new dangers. Creepers lurked, their hissing breaths mingling with the howls of the sinister cave, ready to bide their time before ambushing. Just as Flint neared the cave's mouth, a final horrifying sight awaited him. A zombie horde, drawn by the diamond's light and his hasty steps, poured into the tunnel, blocking his escape. Fight or flight thumped violently in his chest as he skidded to a halt, apprehension flowing back into his veins. With no time to lose, he clutched the diamond tightly, invoking every ounce of courage and willpower. Flint was not merely a prospector. He was a survivor. He lunged forward, aiming for the narrow opening that would cascade him into the welcoming night air. With every ounce of desperation, he propelled himself through the mob, the diamond's light illuminating the shadows around him. In a spectacular moment, Flint brushed against one of the zombies, stumbling but regaining his balance just in time. The light of the diamond caused the zombies to recoil for a moment, giving him precious seconds. With an unyielding determination, he burst through the cave entrance, tumbling out into the moonlit forest, the sounds of the cave swallowed behind him. Breathless, Flint collapsed on the grass, the diamond still firm in his grip, pulsating gently as if satisfied to be out of the darkness. He surveyed the forest, now relieved that his quest had ended. Instead of power, he understood his greatest treasure was survival, an inexplicable connection to his world and everything that shaped it. The legend of the Shadow Diamond had held its secrets, but Flint had returned with clarity. As he sat beneath the stars, he reflected on the adventure, and the dangers he had faced was only a part of the enigmatic beauty of his beloved world. And although he would forever remember the weight of its darkness, the allure of treasure would continue to call to him for ages to come. The diamond glimmered softly, a reminder, not of power, but of the thin line between obsession and fate, both lurking in the shadows. And so, adventurers, keep your pickaxes ready, because in the world of Minecraft, the true diamonds may often lie in the heart of darkness, waiting for someone to uncover its secrets. But be warned, for every treasure comes with a shadow.